it, and we'll do it, and we'll go back to the same place. Footage is sort of being regenerated in a lot of respects and put on disc and viewed so that some of our younger people, and particularly Australians and that, can actually see some of the footage which we all looked at and really liked looking at when we were young. So enjoy it.
Stand by to roll the interview, please. And again, Channel 7 lining the circuit among many of the media that are going to cover this. We'll have it now. Rolls. Preparations have been going on for weeks, and in the last few days they've been quite intense. And of course, yesterday it was practices. Today it's the race itself, and by tonight history will have been told. And Harry Firth, as always, keen to talk about his strategy. Keen, that is, to say what he wants to say, but no more. Always guarded, but always prepared.
BP's been busy. Big crowd pouring in. And crews carrying out last-minute adjustments, like that sticker going on the Panorama. It's a pretty busy time, but the race not very far off at all. A crowd of 30,000, officials say. Should be a tremendous race. I wonder who she barracks for. Quite a contrast this year with the sunshine. This time last year, it was pouring rain in a somewhat dismal scene. Dunlop people working flat out, getting tools ready. Very busy scene. 60 cars in the race, and they've got them lined up in the paddock now, so it shouldn't be too long before they let them out onto the track. 60 cars, that's 120 drivers, and a lot of pit crew, catching up on time. Traffic still banked up, some BP racing fuel. And look at that, some last-minute patching of someone's driving suit. Well, that's leaving it a bit fine. Quite warm. The forecast is for temperatures up around 80. Plenty of coach will be sold today. Won't be long now, half an hour to start in one of Australia's greatest sporting events. Just half an hour to go. And here they come. That's car one, the Holden Tirana of Peter Brock. Last year's Bathurst winner, he set second fastest time at official trials yesterday. It's an impressive scene, and as well as the 30,000 spectators here, there's a national television audience of an estimated 3 million people.
We'll take you on, Brock. Which is out, you're on. Again, to challenge Ford for honours in this Australia's premier motor race.
And Peter Brock getting last-minute instructions from his pit manager. He's very cool and calm, despite the tremendous pressure. Harry Firth, the Holden dealer team leader, listening to what they say. Look at that heat haze rising off the grid.
Very competitive for Tiranas.
Colin Bond and Allan Moffat posing for a photograph before moving to their cars. Good friends on and off the track, and in a matter of just minutes now, they could be locked in a serious struggle for a major place.
Those in front of him, up on the front one, getting into his car.
Brock putting on his helmet, starting time, getting very close now.
All the drivers are using. Allan Moffat doing likewise, and the starter walking ominously towards
Bond, getting into his Tirana. And there's Brock going into his car also. Mechanics will be moving into Belton in. Now the starter on his way to stand. This is a very tense moment. The drivers, they sit in their cars having a final word with the crews, who will soon be leaving the grid. Just minutes to go now. What's running through their minds? Last-minute instructions. How many fuel stops will be in the main opposition? Hope I get through that first corner. There's no accident. What I do with the drive? Just a few minutes to go. Very tense moment. 3-minute board has gone. All crews are off the grid. Ah, there's the 2-minute board. Just 2 minutes to go. This is the moment, just before flagfall, when drivers get very tense. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. Motors now revving up. Flags up. Thousands of horsepower will be unleashed in seconds. There it goes. The 1973 Hardie Ferodo 1000 is off. Look at God. He's really burning up. Moffat, Gibson, Bond,
and so they climb Mount Panorama for the first of 162 times. 1,000 kilometres of torture for man and machine in a classic race that is like no other. An enduro in the fullest sense of the word. A supreme test that would expose the full range of human emotions. From the elation of a win to the pain of a loss. From happiness to despair. From laughter to tears. This track can be brutally unforgiving. Yet they come back each October with their machines to drive themselves hard for the garland that comes with victory in this, the toughest of all automobile events, the Bathurst 1000. This is the story of a team that has known the glory that comes with a win on this tough ribbon of bitumen. It is familiar with the awesome effort required to mount a victorious attack on the race. Yes, it has known elation, happiness, laughter, and yes, it does know the meaning of pain.
Look at Moffat. He's pulling out a French slipstream and he's going to slip past. Take up second slot behind John Goss, who's really flying. Last time. Yes, and it's Goss, Moffat, French, Gibson, and Brock, who's very close to the big V8. It's a cracking pace. They're really standing on the anchors in slow them for Murray. Tight and trapped for the bush, or unwary. Round they go. Goss, Moffat, French, Gibson, Brock. It's a terrific sight as they fly past the pit. 1 lap down, 161 to go. The pack's in full cry, setting up a fast and furious race. Over to the mountain commentary position.
Yes, and here they come up over the hump for the second time, and it's still Goss. Then Moffat, French, Gibson, and Brock, and where's Bond? Ah, yes, there he is, still way back. Shouldn't take him too long to climb up through the field. XL, it's a very dicey corner when it's slippery or full of cars. Reed Park. Look at Goss, he must have his boot right in it. That gap's amazing. Brock still with the leaders.
Drama at XL behind the pack. One of the smaller cars is in trouble.
We'll come back to it in a minute. We've got Brock's Tirana pushing Gibson really hard through the downhill S's. Yes, see it now. Really run out of steam. Forest elbow. The Tirana's right on Gibson's tail. This is where Brock is awfully quick, right across the top where it's fairly twisted.
We've got an ambulance on the way out down here. Must be up your way. What is it?
It's at XL. A Mini has crashed. Not sure who it is, can't make out the number, but I think the driver's all right. Crash crews have arrived on the scene. And here go the leaders. Goss, Moffat, Gibson, he's past French, and Brock's still with them.
Ambulance there yet?
Yes, it's here. It's John Layton. He's hurt, but he looks all right.
Past the pit. Goss still moving away. The others content to sit back a little, I think. Someone just said that Goss has turned a new lap record. Wow, he's really moving. There's Moffat. Gibson, French, Brock still clinging on in fifth. Morris has gone from sixth spot. Yes, he is in the fifth. Probably after just a couple of laps. That's bad luck.
Trouble already. You must be very happy. Look up on top of the mountain, the crash truck's out.
There the leader's green car.
Doing around 100 miles an hour here. Brock's still with them.
Goss slowly pulling away. Moffat and Gibson close together. Then French, with Brock right on his hammer. He can't shake the Tirana.
First action in the pit, right to the tire trouble.
And the leaders are passing the ambulance, taking Layton to hospital. We'll let you know how he is as soon as we get a report.
Goss on his way down, probably doing around 155 miles per hour.
Crash truck's collecting a second Mini at XL.
Big question is how long can he keep up the pace?
Up top, Brock pressuring French. The oil flag's out at Skyline.
And here's the leader.
It's Gibson. He's out. Look at that smoke. I'd say the engine's cooked from the hot pace.
That's a naked positional change. And, oh, look, someone stuffed it into the fence and held. There's French up to third and Brock up across the fourth. They're pulling down Gibson's lapboard. The Ford work team has been cut in half. Moffat over the hump, and French is missing. Look, Brock's up into third. Here's a major change. No, he's not out, he's in fifth. I don't know how we missed that. Carver with a blown tyre. It's all happening down here.
Moffat switched his lights on as he comes up to excel. Brock's starting to make up ground. He's just 2.5 seconds behind.
Gibson's walked back to the pit. He's talking to team manager Howard Marsden. Track crews working at getting that car out of the road and held corner. It's an exposed position. It could cause an accident.
Got through the S's again, still going hard.
And French is still in the pit. That puts him well back. Goss, in the meantime, still leading. He's pulled out a 10-second advantage. French is out again. Brock's closed right up on Moffat. That gap's down to a second. Carter's come into the pit. Front right-hand tyre, ripped to shreds. Carter hasn't been going too fast, and this stop will drop him back even further and right out of contention.
And down through the S's, the Tirana's right on Moffat's tail. Brock's definitely a lot quicker across the top of the mountain. Bond back in fourth, motoring quietly.
And the first major pit stop of the race, Goss is in. He's worked up a 14-second lead, which is quite substantial, but he'll now lose at least 2 minutes. There goes Moffat. He's taken over the lead from Goss, which will make Marsden happy. Brock's going through as well, and that will please Spur. 3 new tyres and a full tank of fuel. And here comes Bond, which means that the new driver, Bartlett, will resume in 4th position. There's the time and the detail.
The duel between Moffat and Brock is now for outright honours, and it's particularly vital for the Ford driver to hold the coveted number 1 slot because he'll be pulling in for fuel and tyres soon, and every second counts. Through Forest Elbow, Brock's right on his tail. Let's see what happens down the straight. Moffat can't afford to hang about, and Brock can't afford to let himself be shaken free. It's over a mile to Murray's Corner, and it's downhill all the way. Moffat and Brock will get to about 150 miles an hour, which is staggeringly fast, but it's quite safe in these modified cars, and the drivers are super skilled. Brock's still holding on. This is amazing. 6 cylinders versus a big V8, and it's pretty even all the way.
Over the last half, lunging down towards Murray's, and it's Moffat. The Brock is only a second behind. Something's got to give. Someone's got to crash. And one thing's for sure, it won't be Brock.
Oh, Brock's got him into excel, and Moffat's all out of line. Oh, look, there he goes. Big 180. Now Moffat's in sight, and he's going to lose a lot of time here because getting the Falcon pointed the right way will be difficult. That's very narrow. How he didn't fall off, I'll never know. Moffat is a very lucky driver. Oh, those minis were close.
Brock's on his way down the straight, well ahead.
Moffat's got it together, but I calculate he lost close to 20 seconds there.
There goes Brock past the finish. That should give his crew something to smile about. And Moffat's coming straight in. It's a wise move. He might have flat-spotted a tyre because that was a vicious spin. Going on might cause a blowout. Ian Geoghegan will take over now, and he's got quite a task in front of him. And with a 2-minute stop looming, Brock will now go close to lapping the board. Going to be a close thing. Oh yes, and there goes Brock. He's put himself a full lap up on the Ford. An unhappy Moffat watches as Geoghegan goes out. They're in trouble now because Brock can hold the margin. His stop will be less than 2 minutes, which will still give him a 35-second lead. Vital right, he said, and Marsden must be feeling a little apprehensive. Brock, the driver is looking good. It's 2 minutes, 40 seconds in front, and as I pointed out, the stop will take nothing like that. Chipper starts the car. First strike for the Holden dealer team, and he means to acquit himself well. Watching from the sidelines, Harry Furr. It's a vital stop for him, too. Car number 1 will lose his lead here, but not to worry, because the man who's about to sweep past is Colin Bond, Tirana number 24. Yes, there he goes. Brock still tense with excitement, heading for the pit car. It's been a brilliant drive. Never let up for an instant in his pursuit of the lead. And now he's got the Ferrari dominating the position.
Pretty cool, and at the moment Doug is playing it very cool as far as fuel consumption is concerned, but unfortunately the fuel gauge has stopped working, but the car is misfiring 3 laps before it runs out through Forest Elbow. Just assuming that the fuel consumption is going to remain static, and you know, it should be okay.
Now the pit is waiting to take over from Colin Bond. So it won't be long before the leading Toronto comes into the pit and the number 1 spot passes to Chivers. Here comes Bond now. First, let him pit know he's on his way. Geoghegan at the car. It's his first drive for the Holden dealer team also. And like Chivers, it's a big moment as Bond tells him about track conditions. Like Brock and Chivers, Geoghegan and Bond are a formidable combination. And they'll be right in there at the flag. There goes Chivers to grab the lead. Bond has driven a sure and steady race, running to instructions and playing the waiting game.
We're going to do a few more laps than we thought we may be able to do on our fuel. In fact, we're about 6 laps up from the third distance. It just means now that we can sort of do it with 1 more stop only and sort of no problem. And we feel that Ford are going to need 3 stops, and just having 1 stop alone, it must give us an advantage.
The casualty comes in, but the mortality rate dropped off a little. Let's check out the control tower scene. An army of officials are keeping track on the cars, feeding information into the IBM computer for accurate lap scoring. Oh, Chivers and Ian Geoghegan in close company. That means Leo Geoghegan's been overhauled by his younger brother. This is just what we were talking about. You need a computer to keep up with it. Lap printouts by a team of IBM experts underneath us. They're linked with the company's huge facility in Sydney, and the information feed-outs are completely accurate and up to date. No way we could keep up with the race otherwise. Right now, according to the feed coming back, there's Chivers confirmed as leader, but Ian Geoghegan, who's driving like a demon, is all right off in his tail. Now car 5 is the pit. Goss is back at the wheel, but they're in trouble. Up the top, Ian Geoghegan has taken Chivers. He jaws trouble. Wondered why Bathurst came in a little slowly.
Friends, we'd almost forgotten about it. He's down in fifth, having a lonely drive, and appears to be quite out of it since that unscheduled stop upset his plans.
Goss is out again. He's really got to do it now.
And there's Chivers.
Ian Geoghegan's missing.
Oh, it's all right. He's gone into the pits for Moffat to take over for the final stint of the flag.
First, Brock and Bond, the Holden dealer team leader. He's banking on getting his 2 cars through with just 1 more stop each, which means that they'll score a crucial advantage. At this stage, the Torontos are well on top. And Brock is so unconcerned that he's gone to sleep.
And Goss, all over the place. He's been in a collision. Garth's Toronto is upended in the cutting. Yes, we've just received a report from officials on the spot. Several cars were apparently involved in the accident. Garth rolled and was hit by Goss.
The Ford's taken a heavy blow at the front. I wouldn't be surprised if the damage is sufficient to sideline the Ford. This is a real shame, because Goss put up a tremendous display until his first pit stop, and he still looks a chance until the car develops exhaust trouble. So, with Gibson out, Goss about to start running on borrowed time, Ford's only hope is Moffat. The Toronto crew still looks extremely confident. Chivers is over 1.5 minutes in front of Moffat, and Holden will really have to trip and fall to lose this one.
Hey, look at that for a shot. He's passing the car. He's hit. Moffat's in shot too, but he's a couple of laps in front of the yellow Falcon. Moffat's got to get a move on because Chivers is well ahead. There's the Toronto now. It shouldn't be too long before he comes in for a stop. Goss goes past. The car sounding rough. Must have been more damage than we thought.
There's another retirement. Mightn't be too long before Goss joins them. Goes a maximum lap. They want Chivers to stay out for as long as he can. First, from his vantage point. Something's wrong. Chivers is going...
What it is?
Doug Chivers coming down the straight. He looks like he's out of fuel.
Must be fuel. Must be.
He's slowing.
Yes, he's getting ready to jump out.
The way that he's obviously trying to get the car back to the pits, perhaps calculating somewhere along the way.
Trying to push it. So it must be fuel. Just being told that he's coasted from Reed Park.
Training. Car number 1 to the pits, and Allan Moffat.
There goes Moffat coming up the park. Look at Brock. The race is slipping away from his fingers, and he can't do a thing about it. Moffat has gone past. What a break for the Ford pit. Brock. Oh, look at him. Angry, frustrated. What's gone wrong, he's shouting. Those officials can't touch the car. If they do, Chivers will be instantly disqualified. Chivett must push the car.
And then he can be assisted by other people. Colin Bond motorbike, and therefore
What an agonising moment. No one can help him. He's all on his own. And now Ian Geoghegan has gone past as well, which means that car one has dropped from first to third. Push, John, push. They're begging him, pleading with him, encouraging him on. He's over 50, that car weighs a ton, uphill, and he's already tired from a long stint at the wheel. Look at his face. And Brock, when can we push it, he's asking. They've got to get it moving. Moffat's getting further ahead. Chivett, how far, he's saying. Training every muscle. Eyes blinded with sweat, oblivious to the pleas of the craft mechanics and Brock. And Firth in the pit now, worrying, desperately worrying. And nearly there, the mechanics clustered around the back of the car. And there they go. Now another race against time. Oh, did you see Brock jump Chivett to one side? They're trying to penetrate now. Time. So desperately short now. And there's Chivett, absolutely big. A great effort, an impossible task, and he got it there to keep the team in the race. Fuel going in, the team must have lost about 3 minutes overall. Brock, anxiety written on his face, he must get going again. Come on, look at the time. Fire, he's revving, he's off. The runner's back into the race. What's first got to turn?
Oh, it's like everything else, the best laid plans, you know, calculate something and the wind blows a bit harder and people get in the road. And the fuel gauge doesn't work, obviously, because he had no warning and it didn't come on to the 4-3-2-1, so obviously the fuel gauge has stopped working and that's that.
Well, where does this put you now? It must be a very bitter moment for you.
Not very happy, actually, because we were a minute 40 in front, and we deliberately given a bit of time away to get some extra mileage. Yeah, and if we'd had any doubt about this, we would have pulled up and put some in it. Well, that's all very well to be wise after it happened, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, it's pretty hard to get back to it.
The rest of it was just one of those things, a little miscalculation perhaps, or a little bit of over-optimism on what sort of fuel consumption we had hoped to get, and it was just half a lap too much. As it subsequently turned out, there's no risk. We would have won it quite comfortably.
Do or die now. All stopped out, chase to the flag. Bond, he's held on to his second, but Brock, driving close to the limit, will obviously be right with him before too long. French has gone, actually blew with Skelton at the wheel. Almost missed it with all the excitement. And now Moffat's in. This is a vital stop for the Ford. Bond isn't that far behind, and they can't afford a slow stop. Moffat, he knows he's lucky. He knows he has to get out again in double quick time.
Bond in the S's shows just how close he is. About a minute and a half. He's looming as a big threat to Moffat.
Marsden, come on, get it moving. In goes the BP fuel for the vital last sprint. Moffat can't afford the slightest slip over these last 40 laps because the Tiranas will pounce and grab a lead they claim is theirs. A can of Coke for the driver, and Moffat's just about ready to go. Marsden can't stand the strain. He knows how Firth must feel.
Bond, Forest Elbow, the length of the straightaway. But time's running out, he won't get there.
And out Moffat goes. Look at the time, a very quick stop. Oh, when it rains, it pours. Brock's coming for fuel, of all things. This will put him even further behind now.
But look, Bond's blown a tyre up on the mountain.
Out goes Brock, and this will probably put him back up in the second slot with a chance of getting to Moffat again. Ford and letting Moffat know Brock's made 3 stops. That'll ease his mind a little. In comes Bond. It's the left rear that's gone. This will undoubtedly drop him down a trot because it should take at least 35 seconds to change the wheel. Quite a blow for the popular Sydney driver. Firth watching. What else can go wrong? There's Brock going past in the second slot again. And Firth watches them go. Watches them set off in the chase of a crown that was theirs for the asking, but for a pint of petrol.
And the chase is on. The leader is 85 seconds in front of the first of the 2 Works Tiranas, and the Holden dealer team drivers are grimly determined to win back that coveted front position. But it'll be an almost impossible task. 85 seconds, and only 10 laps to go. Just 50 kilometres of the 1,000 to run. From a 90-second lead to an 85-second deficit. That is their task. They give the nimble six-cylinder Tiranas merciless punishment in their never-relenting pursuit of the bigger engine V8. It is a classic chase, a chase in search of victory stolen from their grasp by human error. A simple miscalculation, a quirk of fate. The two cars run sure and hard, but time for Brock and Bond is slowly running out. Last lap. Is it too late? The Tiranas have stripped away much of the leader's buffeting margin, and as they go past the pits for the second last time on their way up the mountain, the gap between Moffat and Brock is down to less than a minute. But Motorsport, as the lead Tirana running out of fuel has shown, follows no set rules. There is still time for fate to play a role, but it's Brock who again reels from a sudden and cruel blow.
So it's all look at this up on top of the mountain to Mazda, it's crashed, it's bounced off the fence, look at it.
Moffat, perilously close, escapes the whirling debris from the crashed Mazda and the threat of puncture or mechanical damage. He flees down the mountain from the carnage, while for Brock, blue smoke and the shriek of tortured rubber signals a shattered tyre. Nothing can stop Moffat now. Victory is his. Brock and his wounded Tirana fight to the finish. At least he knows he cannot be beaten for second, but his Tirana teammate Bond is secure in third. So, Moffat and Ford take the Bathurst crown. For Brock, Bond, Firth and Tirana, it's a trophy that's been torn from their grasp in emotionally cruel fashion. Certain winners, but for a pint of petrol. They may not have won, but the Bathurst 1000 has again proved the strength of their mounts. They'll be back, and there will be other motor races.
There were other races, but Bathurst is just one race for the series, the Manufacturers' Championships. Before Bathurst, we had one at Sandown, and at this stage there were 2 rounds to go, Surfers Paradise and Phillip Island. We went on to win both, at Surfers Paradise 1, 2, 3, and at Phillip Island 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A good year for Tirana. Of the 5 races in the Manufacturers Series, Tirana won 3, and we think our 2, 3, 4, 5 added up to a moral victory at Bathurst as well.
No, it's what we think. It's all we think. So then you went up the hill, and then I was coming up to that limit. The right bit, it all went all wobbly. The big side of the around here.